Why, hello there. It is Monday, November 1st, 2021, and we're doing Fire, Water, Air, and Earth weekly show where we pull four cards of the tarot for each element of the zodiac: fire, water, air, and earth. Um, we like to start with a quote, and so this week we're going to start with a good one, I believe. It's from Ralph Waldo Emerson, and he writes, "What lies behind us and what lies before us are tiny matters compared to what lies within us." Well, isn't that something to chew on, huh? Um, our past and our future. That's some of the things that we always find ourselves thinking about. What happened to us in our past, or what we did in our past, and what will happen to us in our future, or what we plan to do in our future. Both of those things are um, tiny matters, as Ralph Waldo Emerson tells us, compared to what's currently within us and our current station in time, our current moment in time. Kind of like, don't think and dwell too much on the past, and don't think too much about the future. Just focus on your inner guidance, your inner light, and go from there. It's the only place we have. It's the only time we have. It's right now, and that's why sometimes we like to check in with our tarot cards here, because they sometimes remind us of who we are, and um, gets us back on track. So why don't we do that? Why don't we pull four cards? One, fire, water, air, and earth. Here we go for you fire signs, for you water signs, air signs, and earth signs. Let's go to the fire signs. First card here we have up is the Ten of Cups. Let's take a look at it upright. Ten of Cups has to do with our emotions, has to do with our creativeness, has to do with our close personal relations. And the Ten of Cups is usually completion, finalization, all the things that you've been waiting for coming together in the perfect situation. However, for you fire signs, we've got it a little bit reversed. So that might be a wake up call. Might be a wake up call to just be sure that the things that you think are perfect and wonderful and amazing, um, be sure that they are actually perfect and wonderful and amazing. Sometimes we can delude ourselves into thinking one thing or another. It's important to make sure that those delusions are grounded in reality, and therefore no longer delusions. Um, yeah, make sure that what you're looking at and what you're thinking about um, is all it's cracked up to be. This is a card of kind of too good to be true. So check in with the people that you care about. Check in with yourself, number one, and make sure that you're not deluding yourself into thinking something that may not be um, the perfect situation that you're envisioning. Make sure that you're not deluding yourself into thinking that it is. For you water signs, we've got the 10 of discs. This has to do with money and ancestral money. Um, and familial money. Um, are you Are you keeping your eye on the prize? Are you keeping an eye on what the outcome is for all the hard work that you put into life? Are you sure you're are you sure you're thinking with the end in mind? A lot of times water signs can get caught up in their emotions and they can act somewhat impulsively. This is a card to remind you to uh, bring it back down to earth, act with a goal in mind, with an end in mind, and be practical. Don't let your emotions run you. Let your physical um, desires and physical outcomes, let them kind of guide you. What do you want to accomplish in 10 years, in 5, 10, 15 years? Um, it's a card of getting down to business and being grounded about things. For you air signs, we've got justice. Now, justice is associated with Libra, and we've recently, well, about 10 days ago, we've moved out of the sign of Libra, and now we're into Scorpio. Um, are you being detached from certain situations, be it a relationship or a business situation? Are you able to keep yourself out of the rigmarole, out of the day to day, out of the drama, so to speak? This is a card of taking a step back and being uh, detached and cold, making sure that uh, you're using your intellectual faculties and you're not getting caught up in old habits, old patterns, old behaviors, old groups of people that may not be working with you towards your goals. Um, it's okay to kind of um, take a step back and be very judgmental, so to speak. Not in the negative term, but discerning. Discerning is probably the better word. This is a time of discernment and making sure that uh, people and situations are working with you and for you. And for you earth signs, we've got the Fool. Happiness and joyfulness and devil may care attitude. Kind of going for broke and taking a chance. Earth signs in particular can get stuck in ruts and um, behave in ways that are patternistic, very patternistic. So this is a card to call you to do things a little differently. Um, think outside the box and act outside the box. Um, Sometimes when you mix things up a bit, some magic can happen. So that's what this card is calling you to do. Well, that's it for this week. I appreciate your time. Thanks a lot for joining. If you like what you see, hit like, share with your friends, and we'll see you next week. Adios.